2020 has had its shares of ups and downs and has directly impacted all of us, especially those of us that love to travel and create. I really felt the need to motivate, inspire, and rejuvenate not only myself, but others as well. I decided to team up with Dell through their partnership program, and in December, I essentially would escape to nature and create a beautiful short time-lapse film, which is where Vapor came from. The idea behind this project is to show that you can social distance yourself outside, find comfort and wonderment in nature, while inspiring others to do the same. I also thought it would be a great opportunity to not only create a beautiful piece of cinematic art, but to be able to license and sell that art to stock agencies. For me, stock video plays a large role in my company and likely accounts for almost 50% of my income. When I can't shoot and I don't have productions to work on, it really makes for a tough situation at home. And because of that, I picked up my gear and headed out west. Traveling during a pandemic can be tricky. We took a lot of safeguards with where we went and how we got there. We wore our masks everywhere and stayed out in remote locations, away from people, so we could essentially be one with nature, and it was absolutely wonderful. To create this short film, there were a couple things I had to do. The first thing was to go location scouting. To me, this is the most important step in the process because it helps us find the compositions and the scenes we want to shoot. There's plenty of times I've shown up to a shoot and been told to start shooting, but the quality of the shot suffered because I haven't accurately figured out which locations are the best to shoot. When you go searching for your locations, you want to look for uniqueness, points of interest, light, color, and layers. All of these aspects will help create a more dynamic scene and will ultimately lead to more compelling shots. Sometimes you might be surprised at what you find, and it could ultimately even end up switching the whole shoot around, which is kind of what happened in this case. Even though the weather is terrible right now, it kind of gives you a very unique perspective on something that doesn't happen quite often here in Sedona. So when you go out shooting for stock photography or videography, think about getting compositions that are unique. Because it doesn't rain a lot here, there really isn't a lot of cloud atmosphere or rain happening, so it produces this really beautiful landscape behind us. It's getting very inviting to watch. So this is perfect content to capture for stock photography and stock video. So we're going to go ahead and capture it. I've got my Sony A7SIII going, and we're going to capture just a couple different scenes of this beautiful fog and low layer clouds as it rolls through the mountainside. Pretty exciting. Once we shot our scenes, I would start the processing. One of the things I never leave home without is my laptop. When you're out on the road, you want to make sure you have something that's capable of handling the workload, especially when you're shooting raw 4K, 8K, and 10K resolution frames. All that resolution and all that color can be incredibly taxing on the computer, and I absolutely hate a slow or stuttered playback, which is why I use the Dell Precision 5750. The version I'm using is an 8-core with the NVIDIA Quattro RTX 3000 and 64 gigs of RAM. For nearly all of my processing, I use Davinci Resolve, where I can build my sequence, play it back in real time, and get a solid grasp of what I have. I mean, this is so important, especially when you're out in the field and you want to have that real-time playback. Being able to do that really it's a night and day difference. This really allows me to see what I need to shoot to complete the project. There can be times where stuttered playback or just the inability to actually play back anything can leave you kind of in a void. So you want to have a computer that's capable of handling that footage and doing it in real time, so you don't have to compromise quality resolution. That's why I really enjoy using this laptop. Once I've got my layout complete, I bring it back to my main workstation in my office and then complete the edit there. This project to me sincerely helped free my mind and was made even more meaningful to me when I found out that my grandma Helen had passed away during its production. I really wish she could have seen the end result, but I know she's looking down right now and she's smiling. I really hope this piece helps others take the time to break away, even if it's just for a few moments, from all the technology that occupies our life and appreciate what we have around us in nature. Thanks for watching and happy shooting.